So who I am is I'm Liqian Lim, and I originally trained as an in-house lawyer. I spent over 10 years building out a career in law, creating a legal department from scratch, negotiating across 22 jurisdictions. And then when I became a head legal officer for a global conglomerate, I just suddenly decided one day, as one would normally do, to jack it all in and do an MBA transition. So I did an MBA at INSEAD. And decided to start from scratch. I immersed myself in the startup industry and then transitioned into the role of an account executive for Thoughtriver, an AI company that is at the forefront of legal technology. So what we do, a little bit about what we do briefly, is that we are an AI that pre-screens your contracts and then returns red, amber, green risk ratings that allows legal teams to triage the legal workflow and to review contracts in 60 times faster than a human can, basically, and with 94% accuracy. So enough about what my company does and what I do. Today, at the talk today, which I really enjoyed, we had a very involved conversation with the audience that got a little bit passionate at one point. But I basically spoke about, with my fellow panelists, I spoke about challenges in tech, why I enter tech, and how I enter tech, as well as my current role. Now, I guess I will leave this with a takeaway for people who want to enter tech or enter a different role in tech, and who are making a big transitional career change like I did, which is, firstly, it's very important to rebrand yourself, especially if you come from a very typical, very standard background like mine. Otherwise, you get pigeonholed, as I did, as like a lawyer all the time. So rebrand yourself, do a course, volunteer, do a project. For me, it was the MBA that broke me away. The second thing is to network extensively, get yourself involved in the ecosystem, because that's where you get the knowledge, that's where you get the context, that's how you build out your network and get the job offers. And the last takeaway would be to code. So I dabbled in coding. I'm not an expert. I think it's important to know your limitations and ask for expert help when you need it. But I dabbled in coding. I learned to code first through Code Academy, a free platform, and then I learned to code with Code First Girls that forces you to do homework in order to get a certificate. So that is really very good, because I really remember what I learned from there. And the last thing I did was to attend sessions with General Assembly. So it gave me an understanding of different areas of coding or technology. And with all these three areas, I mean, it's easily accessible to most people. I would recommend that everybody starts coding, not just women. Coding is for everyone. I mean, you'd be surprised what you can do with it. It's like creating a sculpture or writing an essay or even painting. You can paint a portrait with coding. So those are my three takeaways: rebrand, network, and code. Thank you very much for your time.